The mark of the beast. It's they're trying to get you ready for it. They putting things in motion for it right now. Wait, you said you don't know what the mark of the beast is? Well, there's a whole big long giant story about that, but we're not going to go into all of that today. But to be in short, if you go to Revelations, the 6th chapter, it talks about the man that opposes himself from God, okay? And he is going to cause every man to receive a mark. And without this mark, you will not be able to buy or sell unless you have that mark. And this man is not in power at this time. This mark is not it is not going around at this time. I don't want nobody to run around saying, that's the mark of the beast. You know, I'm not going to. It's not, the mark of the beast is not here yet. So this is not what I'm trying to tell you. What I'm trying to tell you right now is they are getting you ready to receive the mark. The Bible said he causes everybody to do it. How he calls you to do it? He puts you in a situation where you have to take it, or you feel like you have to take it. It's just like a pedophile, okay? You could liken him to one of those. What a pedophile do? They get their victim ready to receive him before they take them, so it's not a fight. And they believe that their victim will not tell on them if they prep them up to be that victim. They make them feel at home, or I can't really explain it. I'm not in the mind of that. All I know is from things that I've watched is they do things to get them ready to be their victim. Same thing with the plan to receive the mark of the beast. Now, I got to let you know, Satan is behind the mark of the beast, and he is the one behind the scenes right now, getting everything set up and getting everything ready for everybody to receive the mark of the beast. Satan is the prince of this world. Despite what you really think, God, yes, he is king, he is Lord. Did Yeshua come and take the keys away from Hades? Yes, he has. Because of his blood is what made that possible. However, there is one more enemy that has to be defeated, and that's death. And when death is defeated, that is when Christ comes and establish the world under 100% kingdom rule of heaven. So therefore, Satan yet stills run this world. How you know that he runs this world? Because things cannot go through or pass through this world without influence by that particular entity. You can see it in your music, you can see it in the movies, you can see it in the government nowadays, and they're trying to do things that will reflect his kingdom. And I mean Satan's kingdom, not God's kingdom. You even have presidents today putting themselves up on pictures that and in no wise is the president fit to be a pope, but now putting himself up as a picture to be a pope. Like, I want to be the pope. What? How is that? When have you ever been a priest, let alone a cardinal, to be a pope? So that's just blasphemy. But that's a whole nother situation for a whole nother time. Let's get back to the story of the matter. It's the mark of the beast. So what they're doing is they started many years ago already with the Social Security card. They cause you to receive this number, and that was the first step. The next step is they cause you to get an ID card. So that has a number, your name, your address, and all that stuff. Okay, then they got a little bit more serious. I tell you what, now because people is faking it, I want you to go ahead and bring your birth certificate in and add add that information in. It kept on ringing up to the point now today is now they have this thing called the real ID card. And the real ID card, they first came out with this some years ago, and they said that you could not go to any place internationally without having this real ID card. So to be able to receive this real ID card, you're going to have to bring in that Social Security card I just told you about, and then you have to add in your birth certificate to make sure you're a U.S. citizen, and all of this other or passport, to all of this stuff that you have to put in to approve who you are, because they want to make sure they got the right John Doe when everything hits the fan. If you get my drift. So what they're doing is they're getting you ready to receive things, to be able to get things. So unless you want to board this plane and go to Spain, you're going to have to receive this real ID card. So a lot of time passed for people to be able to get this real ID, and a lot of people didn't go get it because, like, I ain't going out. I ain't going to Spain. I ain't going to England. So they decided they was not going to go get this real ID card. So what happens now is they say, okay, these people is not worried about going internationally. Okay, I get it. A lot of people can't even afford to go internationally. What we're going to do is, if you want to fly from state to state, you're going to have to get this real ID card. So they're really pushing it for people to get this thing. They try to force you into it. They causing people to receive the real ID card. So now you have to receive it if you want to go from state to state. They loosen you up little by little. They push you into it. And then what's going to be next is they're going to have everything set up for you to be able to put your money and all your finances and everything is going to mess around and get connected to IDs and whatsoever. They're going to put a chip inside of these cards coming up one day, and then ultimately they're going to cause you to receive a mark from the man of the beast. But that's a whole nother study for a whole nother day. I want you to go read Revelations, the 6th chapter, and start to ponder that particular thing. And then I want you to go and mark that with Daniel, the 7th chapter, and Daniel, the 8th chapter, Daniel, the 9th chapter, Daniel, the 10th chapter, and Daniel, the 11th chapter. All of those things coincide. And then after you get done reading that, go to Matthew's, the 24th chapter, Mark, the 13th chapter, and and also Luke, the 21st chapter. All of these scriptures coincide together. And Yeshua himself, he came out and he spoke to his disciples. His disciples asked him, Lord, when is the end of days, and when is all of this coming? And he began to tell them this, that, and the other. And I want to focus on the other. The other is, and he said that you shall see a person. He's going to be vile, but he's going to be that person that Daniel the prophet spoke to you about, standing in the holy place where he should not be standing. And he is going to be the one to cause everybody to receive this mark. Friends, family, men and women of God, it's time for us to be aware. It's time for us to understand what's going on. This Real ID Act is not the mark of the beast. However, they're getting you ready to receive it by loosening you up to be able to take this thing. So I want you to be aware and understand that what's getting ready to come and what's behind what's going on right now. This has been Elder Rudy Best with Kicking Off the Cap, also known as your lyrical preacher. I'm asking you, please subscribe, share, comment, and I'll talk to you again next time on Kicking Off the Cap.